So the first thing I'd like to say is what we're about, why we're doing this. Many of y'all probably know that I was the director of the Army Combatives program for many years, and what people don't probably know about that is what it was really all about was cultural change. We had the 507th Maintenance Company and the Jessica Lynch incident, and what that exposed was that the Army had a bifurcated culture. What I mean by that is there was part of the Army that realized they were the fighters. There was a other much larger portion of the Army that had convinced themselves over several years of peace that they were not the ones who would have to do the fighting. They got lost, and then on top of getting lost, they got ambushed. And there's a couple of interesting things that happened in that fight. This is the most important one. If you read the after action review, every single weapon malfunctioned in that unit. Every single rifle, pistol, machine gun, everything malfunctioned. Now, how does that happen? And how do they not do any maintenance? Well, clearly the answer was that they didn't believe they would have to be the one doing the fighting. So when it came down and they were there fighting for their lives, they busted them out and they were just caked with dirt. Not a single one of them worked. Now that's a cultural problem. What we have going on in America right now is a similar cultural problem. You know, we've had years now of people telling you the wrong thing to do was to be the fighter. But the truth is this: whenever there's an incident, when things go down, there's lots and lots of good people out there, and very few of them are the policemen or the law enforcement officers or something like that. Those people, it's a cliche, but it's true. You know, when seconds count, the police are minutes away. So what's the answer? Well, the answer is for each of us to decide that we're going to be the one who makes all the people around us safer. When something happens in the world and that there's a need, we want to be the one to fill that need. You saw this recent mass shooting in Texas. There was a gentleman who was like the living, breathing example of what we're about. He had made himself proficient with firearms. He had been an NRA firearms instructor. And whenever the need happened, when he saw the gunmen in the streets shooting down innocent people, he armed himself and he attacked the bad guy, and he pursued him until he was sure he wasn't going to do any more harm. But that's what we're about. We need to make sure we have made the decision beforehand that we're going to be ready, and then we're going to be trained, and then we're going to be the person that the others around us need to be. Think about it for a minute. Being a good person, it means more than just being harmless and nice. It means being somebody who can put things right. Imagine if Mother Teresa herself had been across the street from that mass shooting. What would have happened? Well, a lot more people would have been killed as she sat there meekly, hoping and wishing and praying that it would stop. It took a warrior to put a stop to it. It took one of us, somebody who decided that they were going to be the person needed when the call came. How do we make sure that we get the best training we can to all of the people that we can, so that as a nation and as a culture, we are safer? So that when somebody attacks our children or our loved ones or the church across the street from our house, we're the one there, ready, with the training and with the warrior spirit it takes to put it to them.